In the dark halls of medieval Europe, torture wasn't just about punishment. It was theater, a weapon of fear designed to control people through pain and spectacle. We all know the rack, the Iron Maiden, or the guillotine. But hidden in the shadows were devices far stranger and far more terrifying. One of them was the scavenger's daughter. Unlike the rack, which stretched the body apart, this iron frame did the opposite. Victims were folded into a crushing position, knees forced to their chest, back bent, arms twisted tight. The pressure was so intense that blood poured from the nose, ears, and mouth. It was a slow suffocation, not just of the body, but of hope itself. Then came the heretic's fork, a simple iron rod, sharpened at both ends, strapped between the chest and chin. The rule was simple: don't move. If you nodded your head, the spike pierced your throat. If you lowered it, the spike pierced your chest. Victims went days without rest, unable to sleep, trapped in their own exhaustion. It wasn't just pain, it was psychological torture, designed to break the mind. Another nightmare was the chair of torture. At first, it looked like an ordinary chair, but every surface was covered in sharp iron spikes: the seat, the armrests, the backrest. Once strapped in, the victim couldn't move. The spikes pierced the skin everywhere at once. Sometimes, executioners placed hot coals beneath the chair, heating the iron until it burned flesh from the bone. It wasn't about extracting confessions. It was about showing absolute domination. And then, perhaps the cruelest of all, the saw torture. Victims were hung upside down, legs spread apart while executioners slowly sawed between them. Gravity kept the brain supplied with blood, so the victim stayed alive far longer than anyone watching could imagine. Each stroke of the saw was a reminder that in the Middle Ages, human suffering could be turned into public entertainment. But the cruelty didn't stop there. There were devices like the Judas cradle, where victims were lowered onto a pyramid-shaped seat, or the torture wheel, where bodies were tied and shattered with hammers as the wheel spun. Each method was more than pain. It was a message, a warning: obey, or this will be you. Looking back today, it's easy to dismiss these devices as relics of a barbaric past, but they remind us of something darker. When fear is used as power, cruelty always follows. History doesn't just show us what people endured. It shows us what people are capable of doing to each other when humanity is stripped away. And that is the true horror of medieval torture.